So help me out here, if you don't mind, about this new fintech, so-called new fintech world. You're looking at a charter for fintechs, and there's something called a special purpose bank charter. Is there a difference?
Well, there's a difference in the sense of how they approach the market and how they generally approach their clients and how they service their clients than what we generally see in financial institutions today. But, you know, I've told this story in the past is when Tom Curry started down this journey, there were probably 250 fintechs across the world that thought they wanted to be banks in the United States. And then, you know, we established, you know, a group within the OCC under Beth Knickerbocker, which was an innovation office, where we encouraged both banks and fintechs to come in and talk to us and act as a resource to, you know, that particular segment of the industry. A lot of those 250 fintechs quickly realized being a bank is a highly difficult thing. You know, if you think about a fintech, they are quick to market, you know, limited infrastructure, no risk management, solution oriented. And if you look at a bank, we are about capital and about liquidity and about process and about procedures and about risk management. And so quickly, a lot of the fintechs realized the last thing they wanted to be was a bank. And so what we spent a fair amount of time in the innovation office with a large population people is, how do I partner with banks and help banks today if I have a great way to underwrite credit or a great way to help a bank seek new customers or help a bank interact with their customers? I think that's where fintech will have an enormous, I think, influence over the next 3 to 5 years. But there are still a population of people who generally have been operating in the lending space who feel they need a national bank to be able to operate nationally. And I do think there is a nice niche there for those type of institutions to offer small dollar consumer loans and small dollar business loans that, you know, generally are difficult for banks to do on a large volume basis. And a lot of those have partnered with banks to either offer that as a product for them, or after they originate the loans, to be able to sell those loans to the financial institution. And so we announced last year that we would entertain a national bank charter for a fintech. But when you line these up, I think, you know, the same responsibilities that we expect of a bank, we will expect of a fintech, with the only other element being that if, you know, a national bank that they don't take deposits won't have CRA goals. But what we've said is they have to have a financial inclusion plan that in our mind will look like CRA requirements going forward. So what I have heard from many, many bankers that have talked to me about this is, hey, I'm all for competition, throw the ball up in the air and we'll compete with anybody, but don't give anybody a competitive advantage. And we took that to heart when we did the review about fintech, and we said, we're going to make fintechs, you know, compete head on with financial institutions, and that's our goal.